Dirtle Magic. Thank you for tuning in to Dirtle Magic. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you like the content you see here today, and leave a like and share the video with someone you might think is interested. Leaving those likes really helps us out, but another way to help us out is by using our TCG Player affiliate link below. If you're looking for singles, sealed product, or gaming accessories, please consider using our link to support the channel. We also have some playmats at inkgaming.com. Go ahead and hit the link in the description to check those out. Alright, let's grab some spells and dirtle with some magic. Hello and welcome back to Dirtle Magic. Today we have the deck tech for Arni Brokenbrow. Can it live up to the legend? Don't know, but let's see if we can't help him out and help him reach his full potential. Help him earn his name. Let's get into it. The categories we're going to be covering today in this deck tech are Boast, Tell the Tale, Gettin' Rowdy, and of course, nothing would be complete without a good old-fashioned headbutting contest, some of Arni's favorites, I'd wager. First up, we have to boast about our accomplishments, and in this case, we're going to boast about how Arni has the biggest power on our board by simply using its boast ability. When we go to boast and pay 1 with Arni on the attack, we need some big creatures on the battlefield. Ancient Stone Idol, Colossus of Akros, and Malignus can all be very, very large. Ancient Stone Idol itself can be a surprise blocker, Colossus of Akros can get even bigger if it has monstrosity, and Malignus can be half as big as anyone's life total, which means life gain decks better watch out a bit. Of course, if we swing with an Arni that big on power, that's only a 2-hit shot to our opponents most of the time. Commander damage is a thing, and Arni does like to get into the thick of it. Then we have large creatures we can make bigger. Both Molten Steel Dragon and Steel Hellkite can get bigger if we pay 2 life or red for the Molten Steel Dragon, and 2 mana of any color, or colorless, for the Steel Hellkite. Each one of those abilities will grant 1/0, which makes them larger on power, which Arni cares about. Steel Hellkite in particular is also good because it can get rid of token armies. Molten Steel Dragon is good because you can dump your life total into it, and hit very hard with Arni. Infernal Titan and Chroma have more traditional fire breathing, if you will. Red, +1/+0 till end of turn. Infernal Titan also has removal on it every time an attacker comes into play, and Chroma can be very hard to kill and can come down relatively early. Further still, we have creatures that just kinda get bigger on their own. Krenko, when it attacks, gets bigger and produces chump blockers for us. Or, if we need to equip to a goblin, we can always do that. And Turian Maw will get continuously big throughout the game as opponents cast spells. Next up is Tell the Tale, because sometimes people just don't believe your boast, so you have to relay that information. And with Arni Brokenbrow, it might be best just to try and do it to their face straight away. So let's take a look at what we can use to connect with Arni. First up, we have equipment with Trample, because Trample is evasion. Not to mention 2 of them, like Luxon Warhammer and the Shadow Spear, have lifelink. Shadow Spear in particular is very good because we can take away indestructibility and hexproof from our opponent's creatures. Tenza Godo's Maul, because our legendary creature is red, it gets 3/3 and Trample, also increasing Arni's toughness, so it's a very good include here. Of course, Trample doesn't always work, so we have cards like Commander's Plate, which on our commander will give protection from white, blue, black, and green, and gives the commander 3/3. The other thing is, it equips to our commander much more cheaply, but 5 equip to get all 4 protection from colors to give evasion to our big guys is nothing to sneeze at. Prowler's Helm, the equipped creature can't be blocked by walls, and how many walls do you see in EDH? Pramicon? Maybe your friend's 4-card, defender deck? It's pretty good. It makes the creature essentially unblockable, plus it's a cheap equipment. Rogue's Passage, 4 tap, target creature becomes unblockable essentially, or can't be blocked this turn is the new vernacular. That can also be used for politics. And then of course we have Trailblazer's Boots. As long as somebody controls a non-basic land, our creature is unblockable. Arni or something large will get through to smash a face. Of course, telling a tale, people still might not believe you, so let's get a little bit rowdy and make sure we can really, really ingrain into them that we deserve this glorious name of Brokenbrow. Get your point across with Vigor with Chandra's Ignition or Soul's Fire. Chandra's Ignition targets one of your creatures and deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each other opponent. Very good, especially if you have a Malignus on the battlefield, perhaps. Bring everyone half down to size. Both Chandra's Ignition and Soul's Fire get better with lifelink. Bloodshot Cyclops at the top end. It can simply tap, sacrifice a creature you control, and fling it at your opponent. And speaking of fling, we have Kazal's Fury as an extra land card and fling in here, the actual card, to just toss our larger creatures at our opponent's faces because why not? Extra damage is always good and Arni wants to headbutt stuff. Of course, big creatures sometimes cost a lot of mana. Ilharg the Rage Roar and Pulveros Bronze Blooded will help you get those cards onto the battlefield for a discount, such as free or for 2 in red. Plus, Pulveros gives all of our guys haste, which is a nice bonus, and then you can simply fling them at your opponents at a deep, deep discount. If you can afford Sneak Attack for the deck, you can also run that too. And on to the grand event, a headbutt contest, because that's what Arni's known for, and that's how he got his name. So let's look at the creatures and effects that we may be able to win headbutts in, or at least come out ahead of. If our large creatures keep getting chump blocked by like goblins or something, or maybe we have to chump block in return, Arcbond is a perfect card to assign to that creature at instant speed and say, hey, all that damage is gonna hurt everything else. Really good with lifelink, of course. Then we have Jessica Thrice Reborn to triple the damage of one of our creatures. It'll also triple the damage for spells that say the creature deals the damage, so Arcbond is very good with that. Geode Ranger and Agitator Ant both have goad mechanics. Landfall for the Geode Ranger, very dependable. And Agitator Ant gives the opponents a choice. However, we can put 1/1 counters on our own creatures, and that helps out Arni Brokenbrow achieve his biggest power on board status as far as our own board is concerned. Speaking of Jessica and Arcbond though, we have some similar effects otherwise. Stuffy Doll and Brash Taunter, whenever they get hit for damage, they deal that much damage to the chosen or target opponent. Mog Maniac is the same, however, he's not indestructible. Angrath's Marauders and Fiendish Duo, which was from a Game Night set, I believe. I think it's the only place you can get it, so check it out when you can. They essentially just double our damage. One of them has First Strike though, which makes for a decent blocker and attacker. Alright, that wraps up this deck tech for Arni Brokenbrow. If you want to check out the full deck list, the link to that list is in the description below. Let me know what you think about Arni Brokenbrow. Have you fought against it yet? Have you used it yourself? What changes would you make to the deck? With Arni's saga finished, we move on to the next commander from Kaldheim, and hopefully it'll be just as entertaining and just as epic. Maybe we'll even sing some sagas. Until then though, stay safe out there, and I'll see you for the next series.